जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। श्री निताय गौरचंद्र भगवान की, शील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। आज हम पढ़ रहे हैं श्रीमद् भागवतम स्कंद पहला, अध्याय 13वां और श्लोक क्रमांक 25। तस्यापि तव देहोऽयं कृपणस्य जिजीविषोः परित्यज्य अनिच्चितो जीर्णो jarayā vāsasī iva। tasyāpi tava dehoyam kṛpaṇasya jijīviṣoḥ paraity anicchato jīrṇo jarayā vāsasī iva। tasyāpi tava dehoyam kṛpaṇasya jijīviṣoḥ paraity anicchato jīrṇo jarayā vāsasī iva। तस्यापि तव देहोऽयं तस्यापि तव देहोऽयं कृपणस्य जिजीविषोः अनिच्चितो देहनो jarayā vāsasī iva। शब्दार्थ tasya of this, api in spite of, tava your, deha body, ayam this, kṛpaṇasya of one who is miserly, jijīviṣoḥ of you who desire life, paraiti will dwindle, anicchato even unwillingly, jīrṇaḥ deteriorated, jarayā old, vāsasī garments, eva like. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Despite your unwillingness to die and your desire to live, even at the cost of honor and prestige, your miserly body will certainly dwindle and deteriorate like an old garment. Purport. The word kṛpaṇasya jijīviṣoḥ are significant. There are two classes of men. One is called as kṛpaṇa and other is called as brāhmaṇa. The kṛpaṇa or miserly man has no estimation of his material body, but the brāhmaṇa has true estimation of himself and the material body. The kṛpaṇa, having wrong estimation of his material body, wants to enjoy sense gratification with his utmost strength. And even in old age, he wants to become a young man by medical treatment or otherwise. Dhritarashtra is addressed herein as kṛpaṇa because without any estimation of his material body, he wants to live at any cost. Vidura is trying to open his eyes to see that he cannot live more than his term and that he must prepare for death. Since death is inevitable, why should he accept such humiliating position for living? It is better to take the right path even at the risk of death. Human life is meant for finishing all kinds of miseries of material existence, and life should be regulated that one can achieve the desired goal. Dhritarashtra, due to his wrong conception of life, had already spoiled 80% of his achieved energy. So it behold him to utilize the remaining days of his miserly life for ultimate good. Such a life is called miserly because one cannot properly utilize the asset of human form of life. Only by good Only by good luck does such a miserly man meet a self-realized soul like Vidura, and by his instruction get rid of nescience of material existence. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथामितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सहगण रघुनाथामितं विशाखामितांश। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं। मतलब यहाँ पर बैठना बहुत, आई विल ट्राई टू, मैं हिंदी में बोलने का प्रयास करूँगा। एक डिवोटी ने मुझे कल बोला कि तो प्रभु जी थोड़ा ट्राई करो हिंदी में बोल सकते हो तो मैं प्रयास करूँगा। पहली बार ही मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ उसे। तो यहाँ पर बैठ के मतलब बहुत ही ह्यूमिलिएटिंग है कि इधर बैठना, जैसे ह्यूमिलिएशन है। तो इधर मतलब जो आगे बैठे हुए डिवोटी सभी लाइक दोज आर लाइक शिक्षा गुरुज इन माई कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस, और उनके सामने बैठ के मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ तो वो बहुत मुझे ही थोड़ा मगर बोलते कि लाइक फादर वांट टू सी हिज चाइल्ड स्पीक समथिंग, सो उसका क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग है। तो लाइक मेनी टाइम्स प्रभुपाद आल्सो यूज्ड टू आस्क हिज डिसाइपल एंड ही यूज्ड टू सिट एंड हियर इन द क्लास। तो सुनते थे। मतलब मुझे वैसा ही लग रहा है कि डिवोटीज दे वांट कि व्हाट आई एम प्रैक्टिसिंग, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ उस। तो हम इधर देख रहे हैं कि इस चैप्टर में कि जो विदुर जी धृतराष्ट्र को एकदम ही इज प्रीचिंग वेरी स्ट्रांगली इन दिस चैप्टर, लाइक वी हर्ड फ्रॉम डे बिफोर यस्टरडे फ्रॉम नेटवर्क गौरांग प्रभु हाउ विदुरा व्हेन ही केम, जब वो आए तो वो बाकी सब लोगों को एकदम नम्रता से उन्होंने बात किया, और मतलब ही वॉज वेरी सिंपैथेटिक टू देम। ही इवन डिड नॉट टेल देम कि कृष्णा वेंट फ्रॉम दिस वर्ल्ड, कृष्णा इस जगत से चले गए, वो बताया नहीं उन्होंने, क्योंकि उनको किसी प्रकार का दुख नहीं देना चाहते थे वो। मगर जब धृतराष्ट्र के का टाइम आ गया तो लाइक ही वेरी हेवीली स्पोक विथ हिम अबाउट द डिटैचमेंट, लाइक यू आर आप जो भीम ने जो आपको कुछ चपाती उसके ऊपर आप एक किस कुत्ते की तरह आप रह रहे हो, तो ऐसे एकदम स्ट्रांगली उसने बोला कि। एंड हम ऐसा देखते कि इवन प्रभुपाद मेनी टाइम्स ही यूज्ड टू बी लाइक वेरी स्ट्रांग, बिकॉज हम देखते कि लाइक सोल इज स्लीपिंग, लाइक जो आत्मा है वो सो रहा है, और कभी कभी सोते हुए को उठाने के लिए वी हैव टू बी स्ट्रांग, वी हैव टू बी बिकम स्ट्रांग। सो बहुत बार हम बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को जाते हैं तो जब ट्रेन में वगैरह किधर ऐसे लोग बैठे हुए और वो देखते हैं कि कोई तो भगवत गीता डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करने के लिए आ रहा है, तो दे पर्पसफुली, वो फिर उनको पता है कि आ रहा है तो पर्पसली इग्नोर करते थे, मतलब दे डोंट वांट टू लिसन, और वो इग्नोर करते। तो मतलब तो उसी प्रकार जब प्रभुपाद कुछ कभी कभी जब प्रीचिंग के लिए जाते थे तो लोग भी उनको मतलब इग्नोर करते थे टाइप। तो देन प्रभुपाद यूज्ड टू बिकम वेरी स्ट्रांग, लाइक मेनी टाइम्स प्रभुपाद यूज्ड टू से द साइंटिस्ट आर fools and rascal, and then they used to get alarm, अरे fools and rascal बोला, then argument used to happen, and then Prabhupada used to preach them. So this how then that becoming strong and speaking directly is many times it is like very important, and we can see it in Prabhupada's life. Once there जब प्रभुपाद लॉस एंजलिस में थे तब ऐसा तब का एक ये इंसिडेंस है। तो एक रैंडी नाम का एक युवक था, और उसने देखा कि कैसे डिवोटीज हरि नाम के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो उसको ऐसा इंटरेस्ट जागृत हुआ। ही वॉज अ फुटबॉल प्लेयर एंड वो एक ही वॉज अ सन ऑफ वन बिलियनियर, एंड ऑल्सो ही वॉज वेरी क्वाइट गुड एजुकेटेड। एंड तो देन डिवोटी ने देखा कि अरे ये कोई तो एक अच्छा खासा बंदा आ रहा है हमारे मोमेंट में, देन इमिडिएटली एज डिवोटी डू दे उसको पकड़ा कि क्या है, फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर कमिंग, क्या है, तो उसका मतलब कॉन्टैक्ट वगैरह टाइप से, मतलब एंड देन डिवोटिस उसने उसको कनेक्ट किया। एंड जब प्रभुपाद आए थे लॉस एंजलिस में, देन वन डिवोटी इनवाइटेड हिम, उसको उनको बुलाया, और देन ही टुक वुड यू लाइक टू मीट प्रभुपाद, एंड देन फिर उसको प्रभुपाद के पास डिवोटीज लेके गए। और जब लेके गए तो देन ही वाज सेइंग कि सिर्फ प्रभुपाद थे और कुछ सीनियर डिसाइपल वहाँ पर बैठे थे। जब वो उनके सामने गए तो प्रभुपाद ने इमीडिएटली बोला, व्हाई यू आर बिकमिंग माइजर, ऐसा डायरेक्ट प्रभुपाद ने बोला। देन ही डिड नॉट अंडरस्टूड कि मतलब व्हाई प्रभुपाद दिस, देन ही टुक प्रभुपाद टोल्ड कृपणा, व्हाई यू आर बिकमिंग कृपणा, व्हाई यू वांट टू बिकम कृपणा। वो उसको पहले कृपणा का अर्थ ही नहीं समझा। फिर वो देन प्रभुपाद को समझा कि इसको अर्थ नहीं समझ रहा, तो प्रभुपाद ने धीरे उसको समझना, व्हाई यू आर बिकमिंग माइजर। देन ही अंडरस्टूड कि उसको लगा कि माइजर क्यों बोल रहे। देन ही हिमसेल्फ अंडरस्टूड कि आई हैव सो मेनी थिंग्स बट my father has money but I'm not like utilizing it properly. Then Prabhupada ने भी उसको समझाया कि कि you have so much, you are a educated handsome man and you have so much of money, but why you are not utilizing it in Krishna's service? And then he got transformed actually by hearing that. But then he had one doubt, if is स्वामी जी मतलब स्वामी जी ने जो बोल रहे हैं वो सही है, मगर स्वामी जी क्या सही, मतलब he is a right person whom I should surrender. तो फिर उसने बोला कि यदि स्वामी जी सही होंगे तो वो मेरा भविष्य बताएंगे, मतलब then Prabhupada understood that, and Prabhupada then immediately he asked one devotee, can you bring the 12th canto of Bhagavatam? भागवतम का 12वां स्कंद क्या आप लेके आएंगे? तो फिर उस डिवोटी ने लेके आया। then he read कि how in the Kali Yuga people lavanyam kesha dharanam, how people will consider, because he had long hair, and how people will consider a long hair as a sign of beauty, सुंदर दिखने का एक ये करेंगे। So then he immediately then surrendered to Prabhupada, and he became a very great devotee called as Mahabuddhi Prabhu, and he is now, he runs one university and he takes many courses. So by directly many times speaking, actually in some people the detachment get erosion. Yeah, we can see from that, like many times we see Prabhupada speaking that. So in this purport, Prabhupada is speaking about the two words, kṛpaṇa and brāhmaṇa. He is focusing on this two words. So kṛpaṇa, तो फिर कृपन कौन है? kṛpaṇa is one who is miser. Like he has something but he is not utilizing it. तो उसके पास है, कुछ है, उसके पास धन है, तो वो यूज नहीं कर रहा है। ऐसा मतलब कभी कभी क्या उसके एक प्रोवर्ब है कि लाइक आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली, बट डॉग गॉट अ कोकोनट, एक कुत्ते को एक नारियल मिला, तो वो कुत्ते को पता नहीं कि इसको ओपन कैसा करना है, बट जब लोग जा रहे हैं उसको हेल्प करने के लिए, तो वो उसको उनको भी आने नहीं दे रहा है। सो द सिचुएशन ऑफ माइजर इज सिमिलर, लाइक ही हैज वेल्थ, ही हैज मनी, बट he is not giving it to some for a better cause, और वो खुद के लिए भी यूटिलाइज नहीं कर रहा है उसका, he doesn't know the proper utility of that. तो कृपणा is a person who doesn't know the proper utility of the thing. जब जो हम डिवाइस में जो एग्जांपल देते हैं कि एक आदमी को एक उसके जो फ्रेंड बहुत रईस था, तो उसने क्या किया, उसको एक मर्सिडीज बेंज दिया, मगर ये क्या करता था, वो मर्सिडीज बेंज लेके अपना खेत को प्लविंग करता था, मतलब उसको जोतता था, अपना खेत जोतने के लिए वो मर्सिडीज बेंज का इस्तेमाल करता था। तो उसी प्रकार ये माइजर का स्थिति, ही हैज गॉट दिस ह्यूमन फॉर्म ऑफ लाइफ, बट ही इज यूटिलाइजिंग, ही इज नॉट हैविंग इज द प्रॉपर यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ दैट, that person is called as miser. On other hand, the brahmana is one who knows the proper utility of this human form, so he does not waste this human form. जो ब्राह्मण वो है, वो ये जो उसको जो एक ह्यूमन फॉर्म जो मिला है उसका वो प्रॉपर यूटिलिटी जानता है, वो अपना किसी प्रकार से टाइम बर्बाद नहीं करता है और वो उसका प्रॉपर यूटिलाइज करता है। या and similar, so once one person asked Prabhupada, like Krishna in like Bhagavad Gita में भगवान श्री कृष्ण बहुत बार बोलते हैं कि don't become attached to the fruits. वो बोलते कि हम जब कंपनी में जब जॉब, when we go to the company and when we are looking forward for the check, then we get the check at the end of the month. So then why did Prabhupada is telling this? Because whatever we do and we are looking forward for the result, and we are with the desire for the result, we are doing it. तो हम फल की अपेक्षा करते हुए कर रहे हैं. And then Prabhupada says, just see at this young American boys and girls. They are taking many checks and they are giving out checks, but they don't have any check business. And they are doing it just for the pleasure of Krishna. So this should be one's consciousness. then that man he becomes bewildered, and then he asks, वो पूछते कि मगर आपका इस मतलब है क्या सब कुछ छोड़ के बस लगना चाहिए? Then Prabhupada say no, कि you need not do that, like at your level you should not do that, but आपको क्या करना है, जो भी आपको मिला है, मतलब जो भी आप विदाउट फल की अपेक्षा बिना करते हुए वो आपको वो कृष्ण को करना, कृष्ण के लिए करना है और वो कृष्ण में अर्पण करना है. इफ यू यूटिलाइज इट फॉर यूर सेल्फ, देन यू आर कृपणा, एंड इफ यू यूटिलाइज इट फॉर द कृष्णा सर्विस, देन यू आर लाइक ब्राह्मणा. So we see similar verse comes in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna also used just this word kṛpaṇa. Dure nahi avaran karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho sharanam anaviccha kṛpaṇa phala hetava. So then here Krishna is telling dure nahi avaran karma. So keep away the avaran karma. Avaram means the blessing. The varam means blessing, var, and durena, you have, and avaram means which is not blessings. So the bad activities. So keep away that, and buddhi yoga, and surrender to the buddhi yoga. So here in like avaran karma is Krishna is referring to the karma kand. So and buddhi yoga is like a karma yoga or nishkam karma yoga, we can say. So Krishna is differentiating between the karma kand and karma yoga. We saw in the Bhagavad Gita how when Arjuna was bewildered, he told, I will not fight, and now Krishna, I just surrender unto you, and you tell me what should I do. And then Krishna very systematically he tells at the beginning 30 verses, he with the jnana, jo Krishna tells about the science of the soul and why you should fight. And then he tells about sakam karma yoga, ki yadruchaya apichapanna swarga dwaram apavritam. Matlab you as a kshatriya, you should for enjoyment you should fight. Like if you fight, if you do your duties, then you will get the enjoyment. So then Krishna tells that with reference to sakam karma yoga, why you should fight. And then going on, Krishna is telling with reference to nishkam karma yoga, then he's telling why you should fight. That's how. And now we will try to see but if we see here, the Prabhupada translate this nishkam karma yoga, buddhi yoga as directly as a bhakti. So we will try to see why Prabhupada is telling, everywhere if you see in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada directly translates karma yoga or nishkam karma yoga as a directly bhakti. And then he tells. So we will try to see why Prabhupada is referring to this. Yeah. So if we see the Bhagavad, like yoga ladder, the bottommost layer is those people who are living the animal life. They don't follow any scriptural injunction, and the goal of their life is just sense gratification, eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. So the goal of life is just to improve this 4 things is the goal of life. And they don't want to follow they are not following any scripture, just जीने के है 4 दिन, मतलब just and work hard, party harder, their lifestyle is this way. So and their life is animalistic life, जो एक पशु के समान उनका जीवन है. Even we can see even animals are also regulated. But if you see any animals, they will not eat after sunset. People they goes on partying एकदम रात तक वो जगे हुए रहते हैं और पार्टी करते रहते हैं. और unless there is some cause for defending, तो वो उसका डिफेंड नहीं करते एनिमल इफिशिएंट. बट नाउ विदाउट एनी कॉज मेनी टाइम्स वी सी पीपल आर डिफेंडिंग, एंड नाउ वी सी दिस वीडियो, there is no cause for this, and this person in mentally he is trying to in that same defense mode. उसके लिए कुछ cause, वो किसी को मार रहा है, किसको पकड़ रहा है और पुलिस से भाग रहा है. So without any cause he is defending. So this is how this modern civilization has become. because of lack of training. There is no any kind of training given. So, and they are, like we can say this more in yoga ladder, it is told about animal life, but they are going one step down to that, not even an animalistic life. And above that, like if you see some people, तो जब some people are their goal is sense gratification, and some person comes and he tells them, so your goal is sense gratification, so why don't you like आप ये करो, इन देवता का पूजा करो तो भी आपको मिलेगा. Then he says कि अरे मुझे कुछ करना नहीं है और I am working here hard, so he is telling me I will get if I do this puja or that, and then he is putting on faith on some person or some brāhmaṇa, we can say, and then he is coming into the Vedic fold. Then the next step comes karma kand. In the karma kand, like many people follow the karma kand just as a family ritual. हाँ करते हुए आ रहे, कोई तो कुल देवत है, ऐसे इस प्रकार से शादी करना, मतलब ये रिचुअल्स फॉलो करना है, तो उस प्रकार से बहुत सारे लोग करते हैं. एंड देयर आर सम पीपल दे डू दिस कर्म कांड टू देयर पर्पज इज सेंस टू गेट बेटर सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन, लाइक पीस एंड प्रॉस्पेरिटी इन द लाइफ. वो उनको चाहिए, इसलिए वो बहुत सारे देवता पूजा करते हैं. सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का. सो उनका पर्पस यही है. जो अभी अच्छी हेल्थ चाहिए तो सूर्य देव की पूजा करो, वेल चाहिए तो कुबेर जी की पूजा करो. इफ समवन वांट्स गुड वाइफ देन वर्शिप पार्वती. सो दैट्स हाउ लाइक वो भी गणपति क्या वो विद्यार्थी लभते विद्या, हाँ धनार्थी लभते धनम, पुत्रार्थी लभते पुत्रम, जपेत गणपति स्तोत्रम. सो दिस इज देयर लाइफ लाइक. तो उनको ये करके मतलब उनको द गोल इज सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन, वो चाहिए उनको. तो उसके लिए सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन के लिए सो दे आर वर्शिपिंग द लॉर्ड, वर्शिपिंग द डेमी गॉड्स फॉर द they are getting what they want, that's why they are worshipping it. But in one sense it is better than those who are not following the shastras. It's far better because he is coming under the the laws which are set by the Krishna. जो भगवान ने जो नियम बनाए हैं वो उसके अंदर आ रहा है, वो उसके अंदर आए. वो जो they are coming under the universal government, we can say, और उसके they are under that, and that's how they are far better than those who are not following. Balram Shakti Prabhu gives a like very beautiful example with this. It was how शास्त्रिक श्रद्धा is far better than हम भी बोलते हो कि अरे हम देखते कुछ मटेरियलिस्टिक लोग भी ऐसे हैं जो बहुत अच्छे से रहते, मगर like why these people, those who are following karma kanda, they are like those who are the Vedic fold, we will say they better than. So he gives an example. There was one गर्ल, एक लड़की थी जो बचपन से ही क्या करती थी, जो कभी भी उसने ऐसा, इट वाज आई थिंक इन मुंबई, सो कभी भी ऐसा उसने सुना कि एग मीट ऐसा, इवन बच्चों के साथ खेलते हुए सुना भी, देन शी यूज्ड टू फील डिसगस्टेड. अरे क्या है तुमने, मतलब शी वाज सो अवर्स टू दैट, मतलब उसको ये बहुत बहुत बुरा लगता था कि मीट और एग्स और एंड देन स्लोली शी गॉट मैरिड. देन हर हस्बैंड, उसका जो पति था, देन ही यूज्ड टू ईट मीट. तो फिर उसने देखा कि, तो उसने हस्बैंड को स्ट्रिक्टली बोला कि आपको खाना है तो यू शुड ईट आउटसाइड, आपको बाहर खाना है और घर पे कुछ नहीं खाना है. देन दैट पर्सन ही वाज, एंड देन आफ्टर सम डेज शी थॉट कि ओके आप घर पे भी लाके खा सकते हो, मतलब आप अलग से खाओ. एंड आफ्टर सम डेज इट बिकम कि वो कुछ दिन के बाद ऐसा हो गया कि ठीक है तुम हम सामने सामने बैठ के खाते हैं, अभी तुम बाजू में खा रहे हो. तो देन शी स्टार्टेड, वो उधर तक गया कि वो आगे मीट खाता था. देन शी यूज्ड टू ईट हर वेजिटेरियन फूड, एंड देन शी थॉट आफ्टर सम डेज माय हस्बैंड इज गोइंग आउटसाइड फॉर ईटिंग, देन बेटर आई शुड ओनली कुक फॉर हिम. तो फिर उसने वो कुकिंग, नॉनवेज का कुकिंग चालू कर दिया उसके लिए. और फिर उसका अगला स्टेप ऐसा हुआ कि ठीक है मैं कुकिंग कर रही हूँ तो मतलब मैं देखती हूँ कि कैसा बना है. देन शी स्टार्टेड ईटिंग दैट, एंड इट वेंट टू अप टू द एक्सटेंट, तो उसने अपना रेसिपीज बनाने चालू किया, उसने अपना एक यूट्यूब चैनल बनाया, एक वेबसाइट बनाया, एंड इट वाज ऑल नॉन वेजिटेरियन लाइक दैट. सो दिस इज हाउ, बिकॉज दिस श्रद्धा which was not shastric, there was no base, just to follow the morality, she was following that. we said that harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. So that's how it is said that ki harava bhaktasya kuto. We may see at some level, but उसके पास वो बहुत अच्छे गुण थे कि मतलब किसी ने भी कुछ बोला कि नॉनवेज का नाम भी लिया तो she used to feel disgusted. मगर अभी एक स्टेज ऐसा आ गया कि she herself is having this website and teaching many people how to cook it. कैसा बनाना है बहुत सारे लोगों को वो बता रही है. So this is how this शास्त्रिक श्रद्धा is very much important. One is supposed to be in shastrik food, and because it also brings the people in the they live the moral life and impious activity से दूर रहते हैं, and they are slowly coming in the fold of they are Vedic fold or demigod, and we see when they worship the demigod, all the puja, जो भी पूजा वगैरह जो रहता है, it starts with the Om, and we see Ganpati कायेन वाचान मनसेन्द्रियात्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति करोमि यज्ञम सकलम समय नारायणम तम समर्पयामि. These are all demigod worship they are doing, but नारायणम तम समर्पयामि. So अच्युतम केशवम नाम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम Ramachandram bhaje. So all this, it comes ultimately they are becoming more and more, they are coming closer to the Krishna in this way. Yeah. So although their goal was to gain peace and prosperity, but they are coming one step, they are coming closer and closer to the Krishna. That's how we can see. Because they are following the authority of the Vedas. And slowly they will come to the platform where Krishna says, Chaturvida bhajante mam kuna sukrituna arjuna artho arthatu jigyasu. They will come into that fold, ki artho arthatu jigyasu. Those who are following this karma kand. So that's how this, and then slowly that same person, he realizes that, okay, I am planning to go to the heavenly planets, but I have seen in the scriptures ki Indra also has problem. And Indra is many times he's running away. Oh, Indra bhi bhag raha hai bahut baar. Uske, or there are so many problems out there also. And then he realizes that the sense gratification, and he sees the futility of this material world. Are koi to fir, and then he slowly he moves to the Nishkam karma yoga. Karma yoga, and slowly to the Nishkam karma yoga. So in Nishkam karma yoga, he is actually he's previously, he was attached to the work, and as well as he was attached to the fruits of the work. But when he comes to the Nishkam Karma Yoga, now he is not attached to the fruits of the work, but he is attached to the work. He wants to do work, and but he doesn't want the fruits for himself. He doesn't want the fruits of his action. And we see how Krishna, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, but mainly in 3rd, 4th, 5th chapter, and how Krishna goes on glorifying this Nishkam Karma Yogi. And Prabhupada directly translate that Nishkam Karma Yogi as a bhakta, into devotional service. And then that's the slowly he comes to the platform of, even many times Krishna makes निष्काम कर्मयोगी ही पुट्स one step फ्रंट, उससे भी ज्ञान योगी से भी उसको आगे कृष्णा रखते हो निष्काम कर्मयोगी को. एंड after some days this jnana yogi, he becomes a jnana yogi. He was attached to the work, but now he just gives up that work also and the attachment to the fruits. And then we see how how one comes to the, then he comes to the Ashtanga yoga, where he asan, pram, yoga, dhyan, dharana, samadhi, all those 8 steps. He comes to all the 8 steps. But when we see Prabhupada, why he condemns, many times many people they ask why Prabhupada is translating this karma yoga as bhakti, nishkam karma. Even Shivram Swami Maharaj has written a whole book. उसके ऊपर बुक लिखा है कि उनके फोलियो में देखा था मैंने तो कि why Prabhupada has written this, and why Prabhupada doesn't recommend it, even though this is an authorized process. How we saw how one is slowly coming to the platform of the bhakti. After the Ashtanga yoga, he will come into the because the yoga means the connection of the Krishna is come. Without the connection to the Krishna, like they don't get, uska result ही नहीं मिलता है yogis को. And that's how this a person, he is he ultimately attains the karma mishra bhakti or jnana mishra bhakti. So he attains that bhakti, but like we see our acharyas, they don't recommend this, especially Prabhupada doesn't recommend us to go through this path. Because nowadays, if we see, this Vedic path has totally vanquished. जब कोई डेमीगॉड की वर्शिप भी करना चाहता है और धीरे धीरे खुद को एलिवेट करना, बट देर इज नो प्रॉपर पाथ भी नहीं है. पीपल डोंट नो ही इज अ प्रॉपर डेमीगॉड ऑल्सो. दे कोई भी किसी को भी वो आजकल कोई तो बाबा इसको वर्शिप, मतलब दे हैव रिप्लेस्ड डेमीगॉड ऑल्सो विद सम बाबाज, दोज हु आर नॉट ऑथराइज्ड इन द स्क्रिप्चर्स, एंड देयर वे ऑफ वर्शिप इज ऑल्सो नॉट ऑथराइज्ड. मेनी टाइम्स वी सी नाउ गणेश चतुर्थी इज कमिंग, वो चॉकलेट का गणपति बनाएंगे और देन दे एंड गणेश जी विद द बैट एंड बॉल, ऐसा वो तो लाइक मेनी डिफरेंट कॉन्कॉक्टेड वर्जन ऑफ दैट. And that's how, and to do this demigod worship, one needs the guidance of the proper brāhmaṇa, and that one doesn't have in this age. There are no proper brāhmanas to guide a person, and so that is not possible. Yeah. And even we see the what is the situation of the society. Even if one want to follow this gradual faith path, this gradual path, but society is so degraded, like if the children, they go to the schools, and then there are so many things. If you teach them something about this, then there are so many things to erase out these things, and the atmosphere around is not conducive for this practice. And yeah, so this is how no proper, because in the previous like time there was this proper culture was there. मतलब now the family used to come together and they वो Vedic rituals वगैरह follow करते थे. But nowadays we see the family coming together and they are watching TV together. That's how the situation has become that bad. And another important thing, this is from like the Shivaram Swami Maharaj, he says, another thing is Mayavad has become so prominent. We see this Mayavad, like Mayavadis, they are telling this, how you are God, I am God, you are God, and everyone is God. And this impersonal liberation, they have erased that path, the path of impersonalism, liberation. They don't like directly, they tell you are God. So, and many times, like even Tukaram Maharaj has said this, Jaro Maji Buddhi, Maja Buddhi, Khalu Tusamadhi. Like I want to become merge, I want to merge with you, that Buddhi Jaro. मतलब होना चाहिए वैसा मेरा बुद्धि की जो बोलता है कि I want to merge with you. तो but nowadays we same sampradayas, like they are now many sampradayas, they are we will not say sampradayas, apasampradayas, they are teaching this Mayavad philosophies, and that is one of the disadvantage of this. There is no, and there is so much of distraction. We see like this now in the previous days, even those liquor shops and meat shops, they used to be there, but it was outside the city. But nowadays we see in the same city, and many times now this government has approved some law that you can sell the some liquor, in some kind of liquor, even in the this shop. Normal shop also you can sell the liquor. The situation has become so degraded. So it is not possible for us to practice this. So that's how this Prabhupada has recommended us. Prabhupada don't want us to, that's why Prabhupada many times is directly stressing us to follow this path of directly of pure devotional service. Why you want to bahunam janmanamante jnanmama prapadante? Why you want to follow this path of such a which takes, and which is not practically possible in this age? Why one want to take to this path? And even and what we have got through this, like one gets like the pure devotional service. What Prabhupada has given us is pure devotional service, not like like if one follows this path of yoga ladder, then one can end up in the karma mishra bhakti or gyan mishra bhakti at most. But Prabhupada has given a direct pure devotional service, which is, it is said that only bhakti sanjayate bhakti. one can get pure devotional service only from the devotee. It is not possible otherwise. Yeah, like it is said, like it is like a if there is option of directly going to the lift, then why should one take the staircase? It is like that. So Prabhupada ने हमें एक डायरेक्ट लिफ्ट में बिठा दिया है और Prabhupada is sending us back to God, like giving us this path of devotional service. Yeah. Yeah, and this and also it's like this path of karma kanda, and this whole process is like like one beggar is there, एक कोई एक beggar है और उसको आप he is eating some dry roti खा रहा है और उसको आप क्या कर रहे हो, एक अच्छा सा प्लेट बना कर दे रहे हो और now you eat it. But this the path of devotional service is like you are directly connecting. He is a lost son of his father, and because he is lost from his father, so this situation has come to him that he is going door to door and begging. But this path of devotional service is like you are directly connecting him to the Krishna, to his father. So वो आप उसको एक अच्छा सा एक चपाती देने से कई गुना बेहतर है कि आप उसको अपने the safety of the house is far better than this the chapati which you are feeding him. This some better chapati which you are giving him. That is far better. So this like we can see this Prabhupada has given this path of devotional service to us, and we can see even the hippies in the life of hippies. They were not in the any fold, like as I told, they were at the bottom most level of this yoga ladder, and then Prabhupada directly elevated them. Prabhupada ने सब हिप्पियों को डायरेक्टली वो ऊपर लेके गए. They brought all of them. Prabhupada brought all of them to the path of devotional service. This is, and he like crossing all those layers of devotional service. So, and we can see how it is possible. Now we aspire to hear from all of them, like many of them, we aspire and we seek their association. So this is how it's possible, and we can see this. This is only possible through the association of the devotee. Also, it's come like in the fourth canto, 7th chapter, and the verse number 6. Srila Prabhupada also tells the story of the one brāhmaṇa who was जो कि एक शिव जी का एक बहुत बड़ा भक्त था, और फिर उसका वो शिव जी की पूजा कर रहा था कि उसका गोल था कि आई शुड गेट सम ट्रेजर, कुछ संपत्ति धन मिलने के लिए पूजा कर रहा था. एंड तो फिर शिव जी ने सोचा कि वाई शुड आई कीप हिम ट्रैप्ड इन दिस साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ, इसके अंदर मैं इसको क्यों जकड़ा हुआ रखूं. तो लाइक शिव जी appeared in his, and he told, go to Vrindavan and meet Sanatan Goswami there. आप जाओ और उधर सनातन गोस्वामी को मिलो. तो फिर he goes there and उसको लगा कि कुछ तो अभी मुझे ट्रेजर मिलने वाला है. तो with that hope he went to the Sanatan Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami then he actually gave him touchstone. उसने सनातन गोस्वामी ने उसको पारस मनी दिया. तो पारस मनी एक्चुअली उनको दिया, कहाँ से दिया, मगर वो कचरे के ढेर में उसे उठाया और पारस मनी दिया. एंड देन ही वेंट, ही वाज सो हैप्पी, एंड देन ही वेंट. मगर फिर उसने सोचा कि कोई पारस मनी एक कचरे के ढेर में रख रहा है, इसका मतलब उसके पास और भी कुछ वैल्यूएबल है. तो देन ही स्लोली देन ही कम्स एंड देन अगेन ही कम्स टू सनातन गोस्वामी, और उनको पूछते कि आपने ये पारस मनी को इधर कचरे के ढेर में रखा था, इसका मतलब इससे भी कुछ तो वैल्यूएबल चीज आपके पास है, तो कैन यू गिव मी दैट और कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज दैट. तो सनातन गोस्वामी ने बताया कि आप इसको जाके पानी में फेंक के आओ, यमुना में बहा के आओ, फिर उसके बाद मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि मेरे पास इससे बड़ा ट्रेजर क्या है. तो फिर वो आदमी वो फेंक के आ जाता है कि नाउ आई विल गेट सम, उससे भी बहुत बड़ा ट्रेजर मुझे अभी मिलने वाला है. विद दैट होप ही कम्स बैक, उससे वो आता है, और फिर देन सनातन गोस्वामी गिव्स हिम होली नेम, and he gives him the seed of pure devotional service, which is so rare. Like, yeah. Yes. So this is how the sadhu sangha is very important. Only by the association of the sadhus one can get this pure devotional service. One may do lots of pious activities. एक बहुत सारी pious activities, बहुत सारी pious activities, tons and lifetimes कोई करता रहेगा pious activities. He may maximum come to the karma mishrit bhakti or jnana mishrit bhakti. But to get a seed of pure devotional service is so rare. So, but which we have got through this, like Prabhupada has given us through his books. Like everywhere, like Prabhupada, many times he does not differentiate between the Mayavadis and impersonalists, because why he's pushing that, and he's like, as such, if you see in the Vedas, the path of impersonalism is one authorized path. Not a Mayavad path, but the impersonalism path, the path of liberation, जो है मुक्ति का मार्ग, एक, this is one authorized path. But we see the Prabhupada many times condemning it. Why? Because Prabhupada wants to give us this pure devotional service. That's why he's pushing us to take to this devotional service. And he's translating all this into the pure devotional service. And he's telling us to takes to this path of pure devotional service. Yeah, and in the same purport also at the end, Prabhupada also mentions, only by good luck does such a miserly man meet a self-realized soul like Vidura, and by his instruction get rid of the science of material existence. So only by good fortune, one can get this pure devotional service. Bhakti किसी को जो मिलता है, it is only by his good fortune, and it is not by any way because of his karma. किसी प्रकार के कर्म से, कितने भी अच्छे कर्म किए होंगे तो उसको प्योर डिवोशनल सर्विस नहीं मिलता है. Because of only devotee one can get a pure devotional service. When one comes in contact with the devotees, only a devotee can give some person a pure devotional service. Otherwise, it is not possible. And we see how Prabhupada has given us such a nice the atmosphere and culture. This atmosphere, he has not only given us this philosophy and books, but also he has given us the culture. We celebrate so many festivals, and like every order 15 days we have some kind of festival. Sunday Love Fest Prabhupada has given. So all the devotees, they come together and they celebrate. And like recently some of our relatives, we had invited them for Janmashtami, and they came and they saw our Janmashtami festival, and they saw Prabhupada, and they saw a whole morning program, and they immediately took the beats from here, and they have started chanting 4 rounds. So because why this is, because this Prabhupada has not only given us this philosophy and books, but he has also given this culture. So it becomes so easy for us to accept this process of Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Like, which is, otherwise we see in the path of yoga, the big yogis, we see the names of Durvasa Muni and Vishwamitra Muni. Those also, they fall to the again. But like someone like me is able to practice this path of pure devotional service. Yeah, trying to practice, I can say. So yeah, I think it's time. Thank you very much. Please pray for me. I can also, and just it's very easy to speak big words, but to try to follow in like Tukaram Maharaj says, कि बोला है अच्छे वर्म सोपे, करनी करता तीर कोपे. So it's very easy to speak big words, but it's like very difficult to practice in one's life. I am also in many ways kṛpaṇa in my life. Please, with all of your prayers, I can aspire to become a brāhmaṇa. Thank you. Please pray for me. Srila Prabhupada ki